everyone doing? Who's here, guys? We've got a few people here. Samantha's here. How you doing, Samantha? Scooby to You's here. Panda's here. Flex TV's here. Gatlol's here. We've got DJ J-Rock here. We've got DJ Revel here. We've got lots of DJs here today. Hell yeah. We've got Darkest here. Razzo's here. Ibby T's here. G'day, Ibby. Read My Fifi's still here sticking around. Hell yeah. Got Dan here as well.
Pike.
Darks is here.
Pike's in the house.
Dream with Jess. Scooby to You's here. Razzo's here. Steak username's here. Mufus is here. JJ's here. Prison's here. Dark Wizard Wins here. Lurbic24's here. The owner, Braden, is here. Been giving me a lot of gifted subs. I appreciate that, my friend. All right, guys. We've got another episode. Lauren is here as well. Hell yeah. Guys, amazing for everyone to tune in. I much appreciate it. We have got a really incredible episode up and coming here. We've actually got Andrew out here in Australia right now. So Andrew, you're kind of feeling what it's like to stream at a very obscure hour now, right?
Hey man, we're good, man. I got my coconut water. I'm staying hydrated. I'm getting ready to go, man. Hey, listen, I was out with some kick staff tonight. We went to a place called the Fortress, and they have like this massive like esports arena, man. It's like an entire venue devoted to esports, man. It was absolutely gorgeous. They have stream rooms. They have a LAN room, man. Like it's really nicely done out here. I didn't realize what a presence Melbourne had for esports, man. It was great to see. I met a couple CS2 pros, a couple streamers out of Melbourne. So it was a good night tonight, man.
Hell yeah. Soaking up the Melbourne nightlife. I love that.
Soaking it up, man.
Beautiful. Are you giving away anything or just wasting our time? We're not giving away anything. We're giving away insights into the amazing world of live streaming with some incredible guests. We've got Party Like a Mother, who is an incredible DJ that's been on Kick now for a long while. She came as, one of the first wave of creators on Kick. Ryda as well, an absolutely incredible creator, been on Kick now for over a year. Part of Ryda's father, both Ryda and Party are part of the first class, right, Andrew?
Part of first class, man. They were the first bulls through the wall.
Beautiful. And we got Action Man as well. Action Man is, we're mixing up a little bit, bringing Action Man on. I'll tell you what, I'm excited to have a chat to Aaron here. Aaron is also somebody who came to Kick very early on, has been through the ringer of controversy, been through the ringer of highs, been through the ringer of lows. Definitely going to be an interesting chat with Action Man. Looking forward to having him on. So we're going to have a really eventful night here, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll start it off. I guess we've got Ryda coming in first, right, Andrew?
Yeah, man. We got Ryda coming in first. I'm going to drag him in really quick while we gas him up. I know he's streaming with his community right now. Ryda, what's up, man? Ryda,
I'm here.
Ah, sweet.
Just a sec.
No sweat, man. No sweat. While
Listen
we wait,
music,
man.
talking. Here, one sec here. Turn my camera on. There we go.
There he is.
So,
hold on here. Let me full screen you guys, and I should be good on mine.
Nice, man. Nice. So, yeah, like real quick, man, like Ryda came in fully baked. All right. Meaning this guy's got his community down. He's got his stick down. He knows who he is. I had the pleasure of meeting with him at Loot Fest in Texas, in Fort Worth. Just a solid guy, man. And he joined us for the first class. He was one of the guys who recognized Kick pretty fast. I would put him right up there with Lucci and Chopsticks and Panda Skills in terms of someone who's just a pro in this space. And he was an OG in the streaming space, but he brought a lot of like veteran know-how with the first class, right? So Whenever Ryda talked, everyone listened. I would say the same thing with Lucci because they didn't talk that often, right? They didn't talk that much because they were doing their thing. They jumped in on kick and they immediately started grinding. So like we just got real lucky, Eddie, to have this guy with first class. We lucked out with all of them, but Ryder was definitely um, a guy that I was like, wow, this could have gone either way. With Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, this guy could have brought his community anywhere, and we just got really lucky that he came here. So, Ryder, I'm going to kick it over to you, man, and just thanks so much for being here, man.
Nah, it's a pleasure. Eddie, good to see you. Andrew, always a pleasure to see you again. I'm appreciative and happy to be here. Before anything goes on, Andrew, I told you this. Eddie, I've told you this. You guys changed my life. I'm really grateful. No butt kissing, glazing. I'm grateful for kick, steak, the whole 9 yards, because this place has treated me immaculate since the first time I ever talked to you, Andrew. So I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah. Hey man, awesome to finally meet you over, well, kind of, I guess, have a proper voice call. I've been past your stream a few times, of course. So I feel like I always say this to people. I feel like I kind of know you, but I've never actually kind of properly had a chat. Right. So it's good to finally connect over voice chat at least. Hey man, I've got a couple of questions for you. Then I'll kind of hand it straight on over to you to kind of to lead the way. One thing I noticed is on your profile it said you were an electrician. I'm assuming you've kind of moved on to full-time live streaming now. Like, how did that end up kind of, how did that transition look like? Because I know a lot of people like they look to, try to take on live streaming full-time, and it's a big jump, right? How did you kind of transition from that sort of, typical sort of, 9-to-5 sort of job to something like, live streaming FPS games and taking that plunge?
So I started on Facebook. All of you guys that that know and don't know, and I had a friend that had started there and started streaming like around COVID era, and everyone knows the COVID era. I just blew streaming up, and I just kind of started there and just took a crack at it. And eventually, I was 9 months in, and it was to the point where I had already had my son. I have 2 kids, by the way. I had already had my son, and my daughter was cooking, and we had just introduced a new policy at the power company where I worked at which was awesome, by the way, that if you, for maternity leave, for me, it was 4 weeks. It went up from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. So I had 4-week maternity leave coming up in February. And it was to the point where it was either work or create content. And the more I worked, the less money. I was losing money, like making content, if that makes sense. So I was losing money going to work, with YouTube and live streaming and stuff like that. So finally I sat down with my wife and I was just like, I think it's time we take a step. I went in and I told my boss, I'm like, hey man, and to be honest, where I grew up in a really small town. To quit the job I had to do this for a living was ballsy, to say the least. My parents were pissed at me. My girl's parents were pissed at me. So I just walked in and told my boss, like, hey man, I'm going to quit. I'm going to play video games for a living. And he was like, oh shit. Like, all right. Like, hey, if I could do it, I would do it. So I quit, and then here we are. I mean, I was on Facebook for a little bit, and then I'm here, and it was the best decision of my life. Like I said, it changed my life.
That's awesome, man. I tell you what, when you put it like that, you kind of walk up to your boss, you're like, hey, look, I'm quitting. I'm just going to go play video games. Like, unless they kind of like fully understand the whole remit of what live streaming is, it'd be like, what the hell's going on?
He did it. Same thing with my dad. My dad didn't get it. He was pissed. I mean, because he's old school, her dad didn't get it. They didn't understand. And, that basically said the same thing. They basically said, like, hey, if I could do it, I would do it. So we quit, and here we are, man. I'm so grateful for it.
Hey, man, my next question, right? I think this one comes at like a pretty cool time. Obviously, it's been a year and 1 day, I guess, since like the kick kind of first class came out to be. Obviously, we kind of transitioned that a little bit after working through that and bringing it as part of the KCIP. And obviously, you've been a part of that since day dot, right? Just from your perspective, at least, what's kind of been the most rewarding part of that journey, and what's been challenging as well? Obviously, like I think we hear a lot of positive stuff about KCIP, about first class, second class, third class, but on the other side, it's not all sunshine and roses, right? So, what's been great about it? What's been not so great?
The great thing, and I've told Andrew this, and I mentioned it time again. You guys have been the first platform that's ever invested anything into me ever. When I was on Facebook. There were times I was streaming from 1,000 people to 5,000, and I had multiple viral videos, and I would reach out, to them, and I would be like, let's set this thing up. Like, let's really lock something in here. And their answer to me was like, we don't need, like, you need us more than we need you. So we really don't care. That's kind of what they told me. And then to come here and you guys, like, to be able to say like, hey man, we want you to be on the first class. We want you to give your input on certain things, and um, you know, let me kind of have not a say, but just like have a thought or a piece. That really did mean something to me, because you know I had never had a platform to do that. So obviously that, and then just like Andrew said, I don't really say much, like in the Discord and stuff. I don't say much. I kind of keep to myself. I just put my head down and kind of grind. Um, the downsides of it, I mean, I really can't. Like I said, I can't name much of anything at all. I mean, of course, there were a few working pains through we had to get through, but maybe some, I don't know, some app issues or something, growing to first class or KCIP. But other than that, man, I mean, that shit's incredible to be able to have a platform that would invest money into you and pay you to live stream. Some people don't know how good they got it. They really don't. And I mean that, 'cause I've streamed everywhere.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I can't believe. So what did you actually use the words like you need us more than we need you, or was that kind of like paraphrase?
No, that's basically what they had. That's what Facebook had told me. They were just like, you need us, because that was my full time gig, and they could see the revenue I was bringing in, obviously,
Mm.
and that's kind of what they told me. And at that point, I had got a management company, a talent agency to try to help me out and try to fight back, to try to get something to work with them, and it was just that was the answer I got. And then from that point on, I started streaming on YouTube, and then Kick came along, and I told Chad, I'm like, man, I was like, this Kick thing, I was like, it's really something. And I was just thought one of my first mods ever is in my Kick chat. And she was like, yeah, you made your account March 17th. And I remember that day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get my name on there. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it yet. And then March 22nd was my first day. And I was like, I've been all in since, you know?
Hey, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, it's great to have you here. Final one for me before I kind of kick it over to you. Yeah, just in terms of your kind of your channel, your content, everything you're kind of doing. For you here on Kick, is there any big goals, plans on the horizon? Anything you want to mix up, or you just go with the flow? You're just gonna keep doing what you love.
I mean, of course, I'm striving to just be, grow every day, get bigger every day, have higher CCV every day. Um, but my biggest goal, and I'll be honest with you, is to have the company that develops the game I play and I play for a living that changed my life work with Kick. That's my number one goal. I want Call of Duty to have a comfortable relationship with Kick. I really do. And people that are in my stream every day, I've talked to Andrew about this. I've talked to people at Kick about this. That is my biggest goal, man, because there's so much talent on Kick, or talent that wants to come to Kick, that is kind of hesitant to take the step forward. Um, but that's my goal, to grow, and then, to just have that going on here and, there.
Yeah, and listen, to kind of dive into that a little deeper, these guys like Ryda, Oakley Boy, Picnic Basket, these guys who are playing COD at a very high level, they play in a lot of tournaments. They play in a lot of tournaments that are sanctioned by Activision. For whatever reason, I'm hoping that someone from Activision hears this, because I have reached out many times, but they'll pitch and hole our guys and make them play on other platforms, and they they make it difficult for them. Regiment GG is another is an organization here that works a lot with Activision. They did a Call of Duty tournament on Kick, but Activision had parameters around it for that to happen. So, Eddie, this just goes again, like, Ryda will stream up until the time that he has to stream on Kick consistently. That's how much this guy loves the platform, is that even in spite of a big developer like Activision, laying out some rule set for him to play in a tournament. This guy does not budge from kick. Neither does Oakley Boy. Neither does Big Picnic Basket. And it ebbs and flows. But that's just going to take time. That's on us to keep proving to Activision that we have a vibrant and healthy community out here.
Yeah, it sounds like a strange mindset for companies to take in that sense. I think obviously each company is allowed to pick and choose who they work with and how they kind of operate. But when you start closing down those avenues for whatever reasons, it's a dangerous path to go down, because you can start to pick sides and stuff, and then before you know it, you can you might not get another chance. So at some point, back to the point that you said with Facebook saying that they need that you need them more than they need us, or whatever that kind of saying was. Won't be maybe a point in time where Activision needs Kick more than Kick needs Activision, and we'll be like, hold on a second, motherfucker. Nah, who knows though? But that's pretty rough that they put it that way. That's certainly frustrating. But I think we'll get that across the line. I think just like anything, Kick is pretty new.
I think so as well.
Yeah, I get why they've got the reservations. But time. To be honest with you, like when I first started on Kick, it's just no. That's the answer, no. And then now, since time has passed, and there are more and more creators that are over here or that stream here, and they see the volume of viewership, you know what I mean? It's kind of been like, okay, all right, okay, like it's more accepting now. You know what I mean? So I think I agree with you. I think as time goes on, I think it's going to get better. But that's the goal, man. I cannot wait for that to happen, because it's gonna be massive. It really is. Well, if we keep pushing, I reckon we can. Yeah, certainly. I think it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's the way.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. It's only a matter of time. Hey, Ryda, just kicking the ball to your court. Anything at all you wanted to bring up, sort of run through, talk about?
I asked chat if they had any questions. We get the general, everyday streaming here. I get the general ease of user interface. I know obviously that's on, down the pipeline. Kick is going to get easier for people to use. The app is obviously going to get easier. The only thing that would be cool, that someone brought up to me that I really do use a lot is there ever going to be an integration, like, I hate comparing us to Twitch, but is there ever going to be an integration to where people that are a sub over here could be integrated into like with Discord? That way, you could know your subs in Discord. Is that ever something that is going to come down the line? Is that something that'll...
I think that should be... someone could potentially put together a bot for that already, right? Is there already people doing that at the moment, or has it not been done yet?
I don't know.
No, look, A-Babs just said there already is. A-Babs just said there already is.
Already is? Okay.
Yeah. So I guess what is there another service that currently does that?
Only thing I know is like just from Twitch. I remember being a Twitch sub to people, and then I would like have my Discord linked to my Twitch, and it would auto like link in there. I would join their Discord, and it would put me like in a category of their server of being a Twitch sub. And then whenever my Twitch sub was over, I'd be out.
Got you, because that's like a direct integration between Discord and Twitch. Yeah,
I would say probably Discord and Twitch.
Yeah, that would be between them,
like
I think.
That.
But wait, and then you just link your Twitch up to your Discord account, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's all. Yeah, a big part of our kind of roadmap in terms of the one that we put out, right, was obviously the public API, which then opens up all those doorways to stream elements and the likes like that. But of course, Discord too. That's a really good point. Hopefully we can get that across the line with them. That sounds like an amazing feature, because I know how big Discord and streaming just go kind of like hand in hand nowadays. You kind of got to have that Discord community to back you up. It's become like one of the most powerful and most important aspects of live streaming, keeping that Discord community alive, not having to kind of update everyone's rank yourself and manually do that. That sounds awesome.
Right.
Yeah. No,
the one other big one I have
taken. We need to get that done.
The other big one I have for us, streamers on Kick. I remember, being on Facebook or alternate platforms or other platforms. and I've talked to like Ruff about this. You guys know Ruff, obviously.
Yeah.
The single, like, on YouTube, the super chats, or on Facebook, the stars, or on Twitch, the bits. Those single 99-cent donations, or I guess you would call it donations, those add up. How close are we to getting the quote unquote bits on Kick? Because I'll be honest with you, some people, they just can't afford, a $5 sub. They can send $1, and that it adds up. It's great. I'm grateful for that. But just how close are we to that?
Yeah, so we've been calling this for a while. The idea is gonna be cool. We're gonna call them kicks, and I'll be honest with you, we should have got this out way earlier. The fact that kicks are not a thing yet is one of the biggest frustrations we have at the moment. The way you look at it, right? Kicks is basically just a variation of subs, which is a different unit cost, right? It's just a different product. It's basically one sub, one kick would equal like 1 cent, right? So the integration, the technical component to it is basically taking exactly what we do as subs and almost replicating it, but having just a different unit and product almost. So this is waiting on that big component that I've been speaking a little bit about, which is like the rewrite of our backend services, which is hopefully going to be deployed at the end of this month, which would open that up. So it's, I'm gonna be so careful saying it's coming, but it's getting real close. Like we're at the pointy end of the spear now in terms of getting some of these essential updates out that we've been talking about for so long. It's going to be like sort of rapid fire once we get this new backend service out, which is going to allow us to bring out kicks. When we talk about a lot of other essential services, but completely hear where you're coming from. Yeah, it's coming 100%. It's coming, and it's not far off. And I think what we want to do as well is I look at bits, right? I think Twitch has done such a cool job with bits, right? They have. But I don't know why, but they kind of like just stopped it there. They kind of just like made it so you can give bits and you can't really do much else with it. Like I really do think there's a way to kind of go a step further and allow not just viewers to give bits to the streamer, but like why can't viewers give bits to the moderators or maybe like other chatters, and like trying to create more of this sort of little, ability to kind of like, because at the end of the day, a live stream isn't just a streamer, it's to chat as well, right? Like you've got some people in chat that really make the live stream incredible. You sometimes have guests on, like for example, Andrew could be on my stream right now. He's not live streaming right now, but people are like, hell yeah, Andrew, that was awesome, I want to give you like a bunch of kicks. So like I think the ability to not only just send it to the streamer, it's really easy to do. It's not difficult, like making it so you can give it to the streamer and to other people as well. But again, this is just sort of the idea that I think that the whole concept around bits is great, but hell, there's so much more we could do with it to make it more engaging, more interactive, and allow for more revenue streams for more people. So when we do launch kicks, the idea behind kicks is we just don't want to replicate some of the existing systems out there. We're going to go a little bit further. And what that looks like exactly, I couldn't tell you right now. I want to be careful of over-promising and then under-delivering, but I can tell you for a fact it'll be even better. And hopefully set a new standard for what that kind of almost tipping culture looks like. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anyway, to answer the question, man, we're on it 100%.
End of the month, chat. You heard it. End of the month.
No. Hold on. I didn't say end of the month. Hold on. No. I said the back end service has been blogging things up as the end of the month, and then things are going to start moving real quickly. Okay, I'll have timelines for you after the end of the month. I got you. Yeah. You're going to get me in trouble there.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey, Ryda, how's have you been using the new AI moderation tools at all? Have you
I did. Okay, so first day I did use them, and I really liked them for certain things. But the one thing that turned me off from them, and I tweeted actually at Eddie about this, is they were deleting my commands for my brand deals. Like, hey, come get a controller through this link. And it would just delete the comment. And then it would delete the comment for something for the AI for the links. And then the other thing I didn't like was, the gibberish AI moderation, it would delete anything revolving around KCIP, because I guess it thinks KCIP is gibberish because it's 4 letters combined. And people would mention KCIP or be like, hey, KCIP today, KCIP this or that, and it would delete comments. So other than that, I think, if it could get tweaked a little bit, it's awesome, man. I've been asking for something like that. To be honest with you, Call of Duty's been asking for something like that. So to see that be implemented was like, a breath of fresh air and, weight lifted off my shoulders. Cause I've also seen people come in chat, and I just seen someone test it right now. People come in chat and they'll type something and it just gets deleted. And I'm like, who deleted that? I didn't do it. And actually one day, one of my mods was typing something and it got deleted. And he's like, dude, if one of you guys, if one of you mods is deleting my comments, there's gonna be problems. So it started this big feud. I'm like, whoa, it's just the AI shit. Like, just chill out. So I like it. To answer your question, I like it. I think it needs tweaked a little bit, but it's good for the platform.
I think just to expand there a second, I think hopefully Monday or Tuesday, it should give more clear definition of whether it was AI mod deleting. I think if you use next.kick.com, you should already see that like if it's AI moderation, or kind of like give little tags saying AI mod. So the moderators can also see kind of who deleted that, and also
okay, perfect.
Make sure that the moderators know it wasn't like another mod doing it. So that's already implemented on next.kick.com. It should be on kick.com Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, to answer your question, I think in terms of like the gibberish side of stuff, you've tried, like, obviously you can use like the default settings, like the low, medium, high, but
I always put on low.
Yeah, but it
was always on the lowest setting.
You can also like just individually choose some areas, right? Like you can say like, hey, look, the sexual stuff, I like want none of that, but like the gibberish I'm cool with. And like you can obviously you can fully custom it, right? Tailor it, right?
Right. I had all of mine on the lowest possible setting. And if I left the gibberish one on, it would still delete the KCIP. I don't know why I was doing that. Maybe I'll try. When we get off today, I'll turn all of them off, gibberish on, and we'll see if it still deletes it. I just have it turned off right now because it was deleting.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think we got to look into that a little bit more. That's good feedback. It's good feedback. I think it's only been out for what now? About a week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So
not very long.
We've still got some work to do on it, but I think it's like you said, it's great to hear that what Call of Duty was asking for that too. So Activision was something that kind of ticks that box a little bit.
All in all, I think it's moderation across the board. So to be able to have that and to go, because you guys might not know this or not, but next week, the week of the 26th, they're flying X amount of creators to DC to play the brand new game early. And I'm one of those creators, which I never thought was going to happen ever. And when I get there, I'm sure the conversation is going to be brought up about Kick, and multiple Kick creators will be there. And that's something that is going to not do anything but help me. So I can be like, hey, look, we got this, we have this in play. This is coming. So to see that, like I said, to see that be implemented is awesome. But for a person like me.
Yeah.
Hey man, I might catch a ride up to DC, man. Just to
let me know, man.
Just to have some talks, man. Yeah.
You got my number. I can help you.
I'll tell you what, it was great to hear that when you head off to events like that, you guys are kind of almost able to kind of bring up in like very natural conversation exactly this and have the ammunition to work with. I guess that's at the end of the day, our job here is to give you guys as many conversation points to defend the platform or put it out there and solve these problems. And again, this simple stuff like AI moderation coming out there and some of the further updates we have planned too. I guess it's all just about chipping away at that end goal of making sure that there's no opportunities that are being sort of almost suppressed through the choice of using Kick. That's one of the things I talk about the most, is making sure that when people kind of say, hey, look, I'm using Kick to stream, like, they can say it super proudly to any brand, to anyone, and people are like, hell yeah, that I'm down to work with you, kind of thing. So you going to DC and batting for us in that regard, that's gonna be awesome. Hopefully we can make a bit of progress there.
Absolutely.
And you have to get up there and help seal the deal.
Yeah, man. Shake some hands and kiss some babies, man. Some Activision babies, man.
There you go.
For sure. Hey, Ryda, one last question before we let you go, man. KCIP, because we want to remain competitive in the market, right? How's that going for you a year later? Like, still competitive among like the YouTubes, TikToks, programs and things of that nature still,
Yeah, I'll just give it to you straight up. It's just not even, in my opinion, it's not close. Like I could multi-stream to YouTube and Twitch. I could, And there's brands that want me to do that, but I just, I got a family. And at the end of the day, we all go to work for one reason. And if I was to give up KCIP, that would hurt my revenue, my incoming revenue. And it would. I stream so much, and thank God I'm so grateful I have such good viewership. My chat's constantly moving that my KCIP is good. And for those of you guys that are listening, those of you guys that are watching, KCIP is worth grinding for. It really is. If you come over from an alternate platform and you have KCIP, or you work to get KCIP, or you're a small streamer and you want to get to KCIP, it's worth grinding for. For some of you guys, I see on Twitter the constant, mind my language, the constant bitching and complaining about, well, I only made $10 today. Hey, dude, that's $10 that another platform is not giving you. So to answer your question, Andrew, it's absolutely competitive. Would I like it to be more? Of course, I'd like it to be more. But it's just another tool on Kick on top of my subs that I'm just like, dude, it's a no-brainer to stream here. It really is. The multi-streaming thing, could you do it? Yeah, you could. Is it going to be competitive? I don't think it can be competitive to the KCIP. I really don't. Because my community's on Twitch or on Kick. My community's on Kick. Do I have people on YouTube that watch me? Absolutely. Do they send 25 gifted subs? No, they don't. So my core community is here on Kick, and you're not going to make up for that revenue multi-streaming or streaming on another platform, in my opinion. My opinion, of course, my numbers, my viewership. I love KCIP. The implementation has been insane. To answer your question, great.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, it means a lot hearing that. I think obviously, I'm a big believer in multi streaming. Obviously, if that's something that works for you, but obviously when it comes to KCIP, if you're getting paid for every hour streamed, it doesn't make sense for us to be able to do the whole multi streaming stuff. Obviously people have the ability to turn it off, but the fact that how you kind of framed that and said, hey, look, my core community is already here, like that obviously that makes a lot of sense, And I think also the simple fact that I do think that the gifting or the donation community on Kick is pretty strong compared to other platforms, simply because I guess 95% of the money is going to you instead of hey, look, I'm giving 50% or 30% or whatever it is to the platform. I think it kind of encourages more sort of gifting, more donations, more sort of interactions. So, at that point, I guess, you make a pretty valid point. Hold on, what's the point of actually taking people when they're already on the platform, which is A, giving me an hourly rate, B, I'm getting 95%, and C, they're more inclined to give me more money. Why would I ever want to take them anywhere else and multi-stream? What's the point? It kind of, I guess, when you think of it that way, it doesn't make much sense. So it's interesting. I like that. I like that concept. That's it's super, super cool to hear that.
Absolutely.
Hey, Ryda, we got to bring you on the steak stream sometime as well.
Hey, I am down. I'm down to get on there.
Yeah,
you let me know. I'll be there.
Yeah, we got to organize that one. I think we were meant to organize it for like 2 or 3 months ago, but I don't know. I think it fell through the last minute but we got to make that happen.
Yeah, it did.
I think we could definitely play some slots together.
My community's been absolutely. My community has been on me about that. Hey, I'm down. I'm absolutely down.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll connect you with Mikey. We'll get it rolling.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah. I'm absolutely down.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Ryda, for dropping in, man. Much appreciated. And, all the kind words too. It means
absolutely,
a lot,
guys. Thank you. For real. I mean that. Thank you for having me on. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Let's keep it going.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
All right. Have a great day.
All right, guys.
See you later.
Later, Ryda. Oh, yeah, man. We're lucky to have him, man.
Ryda's awesome. I didn't know about that Activision issue. I didn't realize they were kind of forcing people not to stream on Kick. That makes sense why a lot of Call of Duty guys kind of head back to other platforms intermittently for stuff. But we gotta get that fixed up, We gotta get that sorted.
We'll get it patched up, man. We're working on it for sure. Having guys like Ryda and Oakley Boy, and we have a growing contingency of COD players here. It helps. They're applying the pressure big time.
Yeah, we give a lot of visibility to Call of Duty as well. We go out of our way to really look out for that section. That it's got permanent placement on the homepage. We look out for Activision. At least Call of Duty. So it's sad to hear that they're kind of forcing our creators, the people using Kick, to do what they don't want to do. That's kind of bullshit, if you ask me.
It's bullshit because it hurts the one subset of people that can't like that are the pillar of it, right? That it affects the most. You know, the creator, right? Like, you know, Kick is going to weather that storm. You know, Activision is going to weather that storm, but it only hurts the creator. But hey, I wanted to give a real quick shout. I got Caleb here next to me, man, who who is our social media lead, guys. Chat. While I'm here in Australia, he kind of has been taking me out, showing me Melbourne, the whole 9 yards. So, but a lot of you guys got to meet Caleb in Dallas, and hopefully you'll be out in Atlanta, huh? We'll see. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, I guess keep it moving along, man. We got Party Like a Mother coming. So I'm gonna drag her in real quick, all right? Party.
Oh.
Oh. Wait a second. Let me try it again. This again.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
You want me to give it a crack?
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. Is that working?
Yeah, go for it.
I think we got you, Party. Oh, no, we had you. Oh, no, it's not happy. Hey, Party, can you hear us? Oh, nope.
Let me go over there and check on her real quick.
Yeah, I think that's a slight technical problem. Good old Discord. Discord never fails to, have ever so slight problems every now and again.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me go check on her.
We want Action Man. Yeah, Action Man's joining the call in I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes or so. He's a third and final guest. Great production. Yeah, I tell you what, I must say a big part about live streaming and what I think makes live streaming so raw and so authentic is sometimes the fact that the production isn't there. You know, I almost feel like when people create live streams with like the incredible production value, it kind of loses that feeling of live streaming. I don't know how to put it exactly, but there's something about live streams just being a little bit scuffed that makes them actually feel like a live stream. Like some people, like they suddenly turn around and turn their whole entire live streams into this fucking movie set, and it actually ends up being like less engaging. Like live streams are kind of cool when it feels like kind of cozy and homely, and it kind of feels a little bit off the cuff and not scripted, and you know, you've got your kind of little technical problems here and there. So yeah, we could make this into a full-blown production or something, but I like it. I like it the way it is. People just want content. That's all the money needs to go to. Hell yeah, I agree with you.
It doesn't work.
Hey, we got you there. You're back.
No, it says no one is currently.
Oh, nope. Hold on. We're going to try something different. Hello?
Man.
Wait, can you guys hear me here?
Okay, are we?
All right, let's use this room. Let's use this room.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I need to quickly get this fixed up. Pop it out. There we go.
I promise it wasn't me.
That's all good. Wait, I gotta make sure I got the right screen.
We're coming, chat.
Yeah, it's not coming up. Oh, there we go. Got it. There we go. Boom. We're good to go now. Hey, Party, how you doing?
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you very much for taking the time to join Kick Talk episode 8.
Yes, I'm so excited because the thing that separates Twitch and Kick is that the CEO of Twitch would never take the time to talk to streamers, but especially the smaller streamers like myself. So thank you so much. I
And
feel very honored
we
to be
don't
here and just represent the DJs in the music category.
we don't use that word small streamer anymore. We use, what do we use? What's the word again that Lauren told us? It was I gotta remember. It's
Up and
up and
coming,
coming, up and
developing.
coming. They don't small such thing as small streamers anymore. And hey, you're certainly not a small streamer, are you? Like you certainly got a core viewership going on there. I don't think that's even remotely true. But with that being said, that's exactly what these talks are about, right? Is I think the idea is we're trying to get kind of just like a full understanding of what's actually going on in the community and what's going on with people who may be huge or maybe kind of up and coming, or maybe completely even like we've had a few people who are mainly viewers come on as well, which has been so good. It's so refreshing to kind of hear everyone's point of view and perspective, and it's really great to just get a chance to chat with everyone.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about the music section. I definitely think the DJs and the music section in here struggle compared to the purple platform, and I think it's just because one, people are scared. DJs are scared to get out of their comfort and cross over, and ultimately I think it's because we're still in beta and like the app isn't like 100% there yet. So my question is, when are we going to get there?
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely the question to be asking, because I know for a fact, when I kind of look at Kick and then look at the competition, like the one thing that stands out, lo and behold, 100% is the product parity, right? It's not there yet. The app, as you mentioned, the app works. You can watch streams. It's great for watching streams. You can chat. You can get it across the line. But in terms of being an incredible experience, in terms of being something that you use and you go, wow, this was like really, really smooth and worked exactly the way I wanted it to be, it's not there. So when we talk about the product roadmap, we kind of have three main streams of work. We have what's called like the back end services that's going on in the background right now. As I was talking to Ryda, that there is hopefully going to be deployed at the end of this month, which is going to open up all the things like channel points. It's going to open up things like kicks. It's going to open up a lot of those kind of core updates and features. The second stream of work that we have going is kind of like the web sort of front end and view, which is you might have seen it already. It's like next.kick.com, which is like the desktop and the mobile web view that you can use. So the new front end that there is already live on next.kick.com, which is really looking good. Certainly been a massive upgrade. We're hoping to move that over to kick.com any moment now, because we've been doing a lot of bug testing. But the third, and what I like to think is the most important aspect, is that kind of applications layer. And that doesn't just mean iOS and Android applications, but it also means TV apps, console apps, the whole lot, right? That there is certainly where Kick struggles the most at the moment. The good news is on that front is the last 9 months, we've been working on like a brand new application for iOS and Android. It's feeling really, really, really good. About 4 weeks ago, I showcased the next.kick.com, the new web front end. I'm really hoping that I get the chance to showcase the new iOS and Android app real soon. But that there, when we get those three sort of work streams out, which is honestly just around the corner, I think we'll safely say that we're out of beta at that point.
Okay, so what's that time length you're thinking? Obviously not the end of the month.
Nah, so yeah, it won't be end of the month for all of that. I think the web front end. So moving next.kick.com over to kick.com, that there could be hopefully maybe next week, the week after. Like it's coming really soon. It's ready to go. People have been using that version of the website now for a while. In terms of the applications, we're wanting to think that we can have the whole lot, everything out, before that kind of Christmas season comes in. Having the TV apps, the new Android, iOS apps, the a lot of these core features like channel points and kicks and what people have been talking about, in time for Christmas, and a big marketing push to kind of go with that. But again, that's me speaking kind of personally based on what I think the timelines look like. Definitely don't quote me on that. But we understand that's like paramount. That's like number one, the most important thing. So, it's been a while since you've been here now, right? You've been on Kick now for like a year and a half.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the scheme of things, I'm
Yes.
thinking
So that's why I'm like,
we're so close. We're so close. We're so close.
okay, because when I do talk to like my old community on the purple side, when they're like, "Oh, we miss seeing you," and I'm like, "Well, how come you don't just come over to Kick?" And they're like, "Well, it's the app, it's just not as friendly." And I'm like, "Okay." And so it's like, how long can I keep saying, but it's almost gonna be there. We're almost gonna be there. And so I think that's the number one thing that I find is like the biggest struggle is like it's always the app. It's always the app. Because
Yeah.
I guess a lot of them are watching from their phone,
Yeah.
which
No, I think especially
I always
DJ
thought everybody
category.
was watching through.
Especially the music category, where we kind of get a bit of a breakdown of where viewership is. A lot of the FPS gaming is desktop, but a lot of the categories like
Yes.
IRL and music and art and it's heavily dominated by people on Apple and Android iPhones. So yeah, certainly for a category like yours, I can see why you're getting that much feedback. I think the gaming community heavily desktop orientated, but yours it's all application for sure.
Yeah, the
Well,
other thing with the DJ section is that they pop you guys on, right? And then they'll put their phone out, down on dark mode, and they'll just have the audio going, right? They'll just hit play and they'll just listen to you in the background. They'll just set you guys up in the background. So the app is very important, definitely to the music section and the DJ section. Look, part of you, a lot of the other DJs in this with you have said the exact same thing. A lot of the just chat. Big E says this all the time. So Big E, when he does a lot of his commentary, they'll just dim him down and then they'll hit play and just listen to the audio. But I just started realizing when you made that comment how many people you've kind of ushered over for us, from Aisha to DJ Set Rocka, I mean, even Vanessa Lopez very recently came over. Steffi
mhm.
came over. So you pioneered this, and so for you just to stay with us and see the vision, I I gotta believe that we deliver on what we're saying. This one is definitely taking longer than we would like, but I promise you, we don't want to lose folks like you. You know what I'm saying? And it's sounding like you're kind of like, hey, I've been fighting the good fight here.
I have been. I haven't, but I make it clear to everybody till this day. I said it yesterday. I say it every day. I said, even if I multi stream, I'm like, I will never leave Kick. Kick will be my number one platform solely because the 95.5. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Twitch literally just takes your money. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going to ever jump ship and go back to Twitch and just leave Kick. Like, that's not going to happen. And for my true supporters, they know if they really want to support me to where I'm going to keep most of it, they will gift on this side. You know what I mean? But I definitely did lose some of my community when I left Purple, and it's what they say because of the app. And another thing that I had noticed on this side is you guys used to display the music section, and now it's not there anymore. Like, do you know why?
We do.
Now it's art and music.
Like on the
So
front page, on the front page.
do you mean the front page carousel? Well, the front page itself has art and music combined.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
saw that. So we're just strictly just going to keep it like that because it's like an art.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can certainly separate the two from just an art category and a music category. I think that's something that we can do. I think that because the art category is probably a little smaller than the music, live music, and DJ category, that
Okay.
section ends up being mainly music because we might not have enough to fill out an art category the entire time. Does that
Got
make
it.
sense? That's why we combine the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. Cause I, before when I first started a year and a half ago, I would see the music section like front page, like right there. And now it's not. I mean, I just feel like it's not as obvious like it was before. And I don't know if that's what made like the music section like not as many viewership, you know? So that was one thing that I wanted to find out. And I also feel like I don't know if it has anything to do with, copyright, but if there is a way, if you really care about the DJ section or music section, if we could at least have one DJ or musician featured in the carousel at all times and have like a 20-minute rotation so that people can see like you do have a chance. You do have a chance being, and it's like random pick, it's random pick just so like if you like somebody as far as music goes within like 30 seconds, like, oh, this is my vibe, this isn't. So I'm not saying keep that person there long, but I think I see some DJs on for 2 hours in the front carousel. Then I see some for 10 minutes. And it's like, how about we just make it fair so that everybody gets a chance of rotation of like 20-minute rotation of a random musician or DJ. Because then it would really
Now,
promote like the music section.
so real quick, because I see where you're going with the 2 hour mark, right? So Vanessa Lopez helped us test out the featured program. So what we've been testing for last month, and so you're from August 15th, no, excuse me, July 15th to August 15th, we've been testing what is it like when you give 3 spots a week to a creator? How can they develop their content when they're consistently on the front page and they're producing for it? Vanessa Lopez was one of our like musician and DJ artists that was part of that program, right? So that's why you probably saw her consistently. Now, what we're going to be doing is rolling out that program so that people can start to pitch their concepts that they're going to do, right? So Vanessa came to the table with motifs. I'm going to do this DJ set with this cosplay and with this, with this activation. And we found that it was unbelievable. Like it made creators level up their content, take their stuff just a little bit more seriously. So in the coming weeks, we will be extending it to the partners. We will be extending it to KCIP to start for those spots. But I totally hear what you're saying on that front. But I do feel that we rotate art, and here's where I think it might get diluted. We rotate art, live DJ, and live music on the front page, right? So um you might see like first person shooters get more love, right? Because there's more of them and more categories of it. So the note I'm taking is um I'm seeing a clear delineation between, hey man, there's art, but then there's music.
I mean, music is art. It is, right? I consider myself an artist. Um, and then there's a lot of producers, and of course that's art in itself. But now with Twitch rolling out their new DJ program there, and let's be honest, the only reason why they rolled out this DJ program was because when they saw a big jump of people coming over here, DJs specifically coming over here, and two, I feel like it's a money grab because obviously now they're taking more money from the DJs or whoever's going to be playing copyrighted music. But because of that, they've been featuring the DJs a lot more. And so I think it's bringing more people obviously over there. But if we can be honest, it's all because of Kick, because they saw Kick innovating the music and the DJs and paying 95.5, you know. But now that I see them rolling that out, I've seen a lot of DJs head over there and be like, okay, and because their app is more like TikTok now and you can kind of just scroll, and if you like it, then you can click. So I think, not that I think, but I know once we get like this app 100%, I think it's going to be game changing, you know, for not just us DJs, but for everybody that is content creator here on Kick.
I think yeah, I think the biggest thing about featuring the music section as well, especially on that carousel at the top there, is it actually drives organic traffic to the section, and you know, really helps create that kind of you know, that community, whether it's with DJs or live music or whatever that is, because it is one of the most underrated sections. There's some incredibly high quality productions, but you know, people typically just think of live streaming. They think of esports, they think of IRL streaming. They kind of forget that, hold on a second, there's this like incredible section that's kind of sometimes a little bit hidden away. It's on the homepage, but you got to kind of find down there. But you know, I think people realize that it's such an incredible upcoming section. And we've spoken to a lot of people from you know, recently from the sort of music category, because it really is an emphasis for us. You know, we want to try to win that battle, I guess you could call it. You know, obviously Twitch is doing some really cool stuff right now, and we're watching it. I think they're definitely trying their best to get that up and running, because I think they see the value as well. I think the reason that they're pushing so hard, and the reason we're pushing so hard, is because, you know, what live streaming can do for live music, for live DJing. You know, I think we really haven't kind of seen the true potential yet. It's just such a cool aspect. I think it's something which just, you know, molds so well with live streaming. When people start to realize like how cool it is, I think it's going to gain so much traction. Like, you know, you hear just like radio stations on YouTube and stuff, right? They've got like tens of thousands of viewers, hundreds of thousands of viewers. Like, why would you want to watch that when you can watch like a live stream? You know, I almost see that whole entire like category, that the amount of, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that listen to online radio is like slowly gravitating to live streams. And I think that's inevitable. And I honestly think it's going to be, whether it's a year from now, 5 years from now, going to be like one of the biggest categories in live streaming, just for the sake that people love music. Like, everyone loves music, and you combine that with live streaming, you put on like a live performance, you have high quality productions like yours, like, you know, Dubs Music, like Vanessa Lopez, like, you know, all these kind of people doing incredible stuff, making incredible music. It's just, you know, it's another level. So, you know, it's a matter of time. We've got to make sure that we're positioned in a good spot for when everyone starts moving from, like, you know, just standard radio channels to live streaming to kind of get their music hits. So, you know, to answer your question in terms of like where we see it going, how we can support it, we're going to be there, you know, front and center. I think, you know, the app, of course, is kind of like step one, but past that, it's making sure we're positioned and ready to you know, hopefully be front and center for when people start to realize how many incredible creators are out there like yourself, and start making that switch.
Do you now have you guys considered, or if it's even, well, I'm sure it's possible, but like holding like a concert online? Like I've seen it on Twitch where like Post Malone will hold a concert and you guys just put that on the front page. And I think if we pay an artist, a big artist like Drake, for example, because, you know, he comes on here all the time, you know what I mean? Drake, and have him do a performance, it would bring a lot more musicians to the table, I think, as well, because they're like, oh, we're seeing, because they're like, oh, well, Drake gambles. And I'm like, okay, we need him to perform now, because people always have a reason on why. Because I'll be like, well, Drake comes on Kick all the time. They're like, well, he's gambling. He's not performing. He's not talking about the music section. And I'm like, okay, I can't win with these people. But if I think that would be a great idea, though. It would really showcase the music section, and a lot of DJs from any platform or musician would come and tune in, because there's a big celebrity musician, rapper, artist, singer on Kick.
I tell you what, if we could do that, but because I know what you're talking about with like Post Malone and those ones that Twitch has done, but they've been like full blown like performances, right? Which kind of took away from that idea of it being like a live stream. It felt more just like a you know, you're watching TV or
Yes.
something. I imagine if, like, let's say Drake, for example, sat down with the same setup as you did and just started performing songs like off the cusp, like, you know, almost talking with the live chat, like that would be fucking cool now. Like that would be sick. Like, or anyone, like any big artist to kind of prove like, hold on, this is what live streaming can look like when you combine it with music. Like I think people think of live streaming and music and they think of just big performances and an audience and all that kind of stuff. And they don't talk there. But if you combine like reading the chat, like, you know, taking song requests, like interacting, like that would be sick. You know, I think that's kind of how I'd envision that happening. I think, you know, Twitch has done that a little bit, but I think they've missed the mark because it hasn't felt like a proper, true live stream. Like, I think if there's a way to kind of get, because like Drake, for example, he's done like live streaming with us, you know, but it was like a gambling one. But if you took that same setup and you know, started talking to the chat, interacting with the community in the same way, but was performing, like, holy fuck, that would be next level. I think there's something there. I think you got a really good idea. I like that. I can't say whether it'd be Drake or someone, but I'm sure someone would be keen to do it. Like, that's for sure. Like, I think we should.
Or if he's like about to make a song, like we're using him as an example, and he's just like in the studio, like Dubs and Amazes, how they're in the studio, like, you know, making a song, like even if he was doing cool, a real live stream like that.
Yeah. I think that would be like, because then you kind of like almost like drawing inspiration from like the community, like people get engaged by that. That's like, that's again, like that's what live streaming can offer, right? That other forms of media can't. They've got that engagement, that live feeling, that community aspect. Like, yeah, that would be fucking awesome. Yeah, we need to make that happen somehow.
Well, yeah. Yeah, if you can make that happen, I think that would be game changing as well. And speaking of in real life streams, are we going to be able to in real life stream from the app anytime soon? Yeah. Because I've been doing a lot of in real life streams lately, and me having to go through Restream and all that. I mean, it works, but it would be so much more convenient if I could just go like this with my phone, you know, from the app.
I think especially for a platform like Kick, which does have like a really strong IRL section. Like if we once we get that out, it's going to open the door for so many new IRL streamers, because the barrier of entry for IRL streaming right now is massive, right? Like it's you know, you do have to spend a good sort of hour or two getting everything set up, and if you're not super tech savvy, then it's you know, it's not exactly the most seamless experience. So yeah, we hear you loud and clear on that. I think we were going to get that launched on the current app, like, and we did have the opportunity to do it, but we kind of put it on pause because, like I said, sort of 9 months ago, we started building out this brand new app from the ground up, which I'm very confident will compete with the competition out there very well. And that's kind of delayed that ever so slightly, but you know, to that point, it's 100%. It's 100% roadmap. The proof of concept works. I think we actually gave beta out to a few people who tested it. I think Panda Skills, right, Andrew? He used that in-app streaming from when he was actually spent that week in hospital after he had the accident. So
he was actually in a hospital bed after surgery using it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, certainly that's coming. So in terms of IRL streaming, we're gonna get that across the line and make that barrier to entry far lower, because there's so many new and upcoming IRL streamers who I think right now probably haven't made that plunge because they just can't be bothered setting that huge, like, you know, restream, whatever setup.
Okay, I like it. I'm actually upset that I wasn't chosen for that, because I would have loved to test that out. If it's still going on, let me know, Andrew. Okay.
Yeah, I think once we keep tweaking it, and I think Paul will probably do another round of it. Now, fair warning, what Paulie does is he'll go into the partner Discord and he will drop the memo. He'll be like, hey, anyone who wants to beta test this, but now that I know that you want to, as soon as I see it, and if I don't see you in there, I'll make sure to ping you.
Okay, I'm really bad at checking Discord. I'm sorry. Like really, really bad.
No, there's too many things connecting us in life. Email, Slack, freaking text message, WhatsApp. It's too much. It's Telegram. It's too much. I totally get it. But now that I know that it's specifically like, I'll make sure that you got that message in there. Hey, listen, we got about 2 minutes left with you. And I just want to throw it back to you to see if you got any more You've asked some tough ones. You've asked some really, really good ones. So if you got any more in the tank, let us know.
I actually do. When will mods get like permissions to like change the title and category like themselves without having to enter it in the chat? Like, you know, or they just have full control of it, like a editor mod.
Yeah, so well, that's just basically having another layer of permission above mod, right? So you got mod, and then you can like make someone that one level above, which gives them a little bit more access, correct?
Yes.
Um,
Without having to be like backslash category, backslash, title.
so
Like
they
they
can
can
just
just go
edit it
in
like
and do it.
direct from the moderator dashboard.
Yes.
I think that should be relatively easy to do, because if it's available to do it via chat, that means kind of the functionality exists. It just means adding it to the user interface in a little bit more of a seamless manner. I haven't actually heard that request personally. So now that I've heard that will make a big difference to the moderators, then I think we could surely get that done relatively easily. I think adding editor instead of moderator, that there's a little bit more complicated. But say if it's already possible through like / category, whatnot, that means like the foundation's already been laid. It's just about adding that extra sort of interface.
And
So
allowing mods to like do hosting,
yeah.
because I have to still host out. And there's times where I'm doing an in real life gig and I can't do it. Where I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I can't host out. I'm just gonna have to end the stream. But if one of my mods could host out and help another streamer, that would also be amazing.
That's a huge shout, because that keeps viewers on the platform, right? Like
Yeah.
even our IRL streamers might not be able to do it because they're running around with a rig. And if they could have one of their mods do it, I think that would help spread out viewers more across the platform.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think anything to promote
But that's
hosting.
really all that I've had.
Hosting is like the healthiest thing for the platform. It's the thing that keeps people coming back, keeps it like that audience spread out. Like every time someone ends a stream and doesn't host someone, like I just like die a little bit inside. I'm like, no, we should have hosted someone. Like it's the best opportunity to kind of keep that viewer ecosystem running, and also help your friends, right? Or people that are currently live. Like,
Yes.
so many missed opportunities. So yeah, I think that one would be a little bit more sensitive. Obviously, if we gave access to host to every single moderator, like that might be a little bit too much access, because suddenly you'd be streaming and then like maybe a moderator does something wrong, or you would definitely need to introduce that editor role or something even a little bit more, a little bit more access controlled than editor before we did that, though, is my only shout. Because we'd want to keep that locked down. We wouldn't want you midstream having someone's kind of hijack your stream or anything, but we could definitely get that sorted for sure.
That would be awesome. Thank you. I know that's what my mods have been asking for. And another thing that someone brought up to me that I thought was a good idea, on Twitch, how you get one sub free, like a gifted sub or a sub for free if you do it with Prime. Is there something you can do it with Stake? Like if you have a Stake account, you can get one sub for free.
So we could certainly do that with Stake. I think we've always been trying to make clear like Stake lives here, Kick lives here. Like, for some reason people like just don't like the fact that like Stake and Kick have like similarities. So we've always been like up against like negative public perception. So I feel like we did that, everyone be like, oh, look, they're the same thing. It's all like this promotion or whatever. So we want to keep that separate. But an idea that we do have, and again, this is just at this point in time an idea, is rather than giving people like one free sub for like being subscribed to Stake or Amazon or whatever, right, is identifying like what we call, because there's a lot of emphasis on really good streamers, right? People get very caught up in saying like, this platform has like this great streamer and that great streamer, but people forget that the streamers aren't actually the full picture. Like, what makes a platform incredible is the what we call like power chatters or power community members, like the big community members who are across like say 10, 20, 30 communities that are actively moderating, that are actively talking, that are actively gifting subs. Like those people are actually like the unsung heroes of the platform. Like they're the ones who really prop up the platform and create like what Kick or Twitch or YouTube is, right? They're the ones that are almost equally as important as the core streamers. So what we're kind of thinking of doing is setting forth like certain metrics almost, right? And saying like, okay, if somebody is across, say, like an average of more than 20 communities, like they've got, say, a certain amount of average messages, like they aren't banned from more than X amount of chats. Basically, just spitballing a bunch of criteria, which would dictate like a power community member, a power chatter, and giving them not just one, but like 5 or 10 subs to give out to like people for free. So like as like because obviously you'd see that, we got the Kick team that goes out and gives out like 100 gifted subs to people. And we've got, I love gifting subs out too. And there's a whole bunch of people who give subs out, but giving back to like these power community members and giving them like sort of like 5 to 10 gifted subs, like that would be huge, right? Like we could identify like 5 to 10,000 people who are like really, really, positive community members that are really good at spreading the love, and give them all 5 to 10 subs to go spread amongst the platform. Something like that I think would hit way harder. And it's something that's certainly possible. So that's just an idea to not only to ensure that streamers are getting higher revenue, but to really appreciate those core viewers, because these are literally the most underappreciated people. Like, the people who are watching the streams and actually engaging in chat and helping to make communities what they are, like these people deserve recognition. And if we can go like, hey, look, we recognize you as like the top 1% of Kicks community or top 2% of Kicks community, like here's 5-10 gifted subs, or 5 gifted subs to give to your favorite streamer. Like I think that'd be great for like viewer retention, because our big thing now is like, okay, hey, look, we got to look after the streamers. Like that's great, like that's always a guarantee. But better yet, we need to look after the viewers. Like viewers are like number one, like what we're like focusing on right now. And that obviously in the end, comes straight back down to the streamer, because the more viewers there are, the better you guys do. So that's kind of our thought process right now. So that's the first time I probably like publicly voiced that idea, but it is something that I think we can easily get across the line. And I think it would be really, really powerful and a great way to do something that's never been done before. I think it'd be better than Amazon Prime or whatever they do for that. But leave that with us. Like I said, a big thing we want to do is we're talking about, Kicks just before with Ryda, and like the idea is we're not just going to copy Kicks like, bits. We're going to take it and we're going to make it a little bit better. Same way with what we're going to do in terms of like, Amazon Prime and gifted subs there. I think we can do better. Like there's so much room for improvement. I don't think it's about just meeting parity. It's about getting to parity and just doing that tiny bit better. So anyway, yeah, long story short, leave that with us. I think we'll impress you eventually. Give us some time.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. That was actually a great idea. Everybody in the chat loved that idea. So we're actually looking forward to that when that happens. And we're looking forward to seeing Kick just grow and just be better than Twitch, because there's so much potential. And for me, it already is, because you guys look out for the streamers. And so, yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I dropped by your stream on your very first Kick stream, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought I was getting pranked. I was like, am I getting trolled right now? What's happening?
Yeah, I remember seeing when you came on the very, very first time. I came and gifted some subs and stuff. And then I saw you came back again. I'm like, she came back again. And then I saw you over a week, and now we're here. So it's again, it's awesome seeing that, you're still here with us. And, we, truly appreciate you hanging in there, and everything you brought up. We're going to get there. We're going to get there for you, I promise.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Party. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Party. We'll see you. We'll see you very soon. And then, Eddie, I think it's up to us to try to figure out where we're gonna go next, man. Are we gonna jump into Action Man's?
Oh yeah, I think we need. Oh yeah, we're in Party's room right now. Yeah. Easy. I think I will go see Action Man. All right, see you, Party.
All right, cool. Later.
All right, let's see if we can get this moving. Hello?
AC7.
Dude, you're upside down.
What's up? I'm sorry about that.
Hold
I
on,
don't know
hold
why
on,
I
hold
did
on, hold on.
that.
I don't think we're quite live yet. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh shit. I got it.
How you doing, man?
2 seconds.
I'm doing good. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Take your time.
I saw you watch party with the Hunger Games bit.
Yeah, I'm actually on my way there after this.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be lit.
It already looked crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. None of the guns are real, so it'll be I can participate. Woo! Yeah.
Wait a second. I think we had some issues with Party's stream, so he's just setting up the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, man. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just.
Oh no, you're good, dude. You guys are good. Take your time.
Man, Discord for some reason, like it doesn't love to get picked up by OBS. I got an idea. Let's go back up the parties room.
All right.
All right, here we go.
I see me.
Hey, there we go. We're good.
Yup. What up? What's up?
Got it.
Hell yeah, we're here. Sorry about that, Aaron. We're good now. We're good there. False
You guys
start.
are
False
good.
start.
You guys are good. How's everyone doing today? Thanks for having me, everyone. I appreciate it. I'm a little nervous. I feel like I'm public speaking because it's like.
Wait, you're nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous because like I was like reading some of the comments and like I just want to like do my best to like make everyone proud that like doesn't like me or doesn't like normally watch me, should I say?
Oh man, I tell you what, I think you're probably one of the most polarized streamers out there, right? And I think it's certainly that must come with a lot of a lot of work, to say the least. You're constantly in kind of a love-hate relationship with the public. I almost notice.
Yeah, it's pretty tough sometimes, but I've been trying to reflect on my behavior, and I feel like I've kind of found like a better balance recently. And it's just like it's like hard to like balance like what's like fun for content and like when it's like too much, and like trying to like be like funny and like the center of attention and like trying to like get clips and like get views and like making like, you know, kind of like making an idiot out of yourself and like pushing the line too much. And it's like, I don't know. I guess in the end, like I pretty much stand by like, I would say maybe like by most of the stuff I did. I guess I regret some of it, but I don't know. We're here today and it's like, I'm still proud of like where I am today though, you know, like where I came from. And like, it's an honor to be here. I'm just like thankful to like, you know, be your guys' friends and like be on this call. And like, you guys are all handsome on this call. Good skin, sound nice and stuff. Like
Good skin.
And you got great teeth.
Aww.
Like Eddie, we talk a lot, but it's like it's never like voice, and it's like I get to see your voice or hear your voice. It's so nice.
Well, I get to hear your voice a lot. You're over this last year and a half now, I think it is. I've certainly heard my fair share of your voice, whether it's
You're tired of hearing my voice.
whether it's from Kick or whether it's just from like every other social media platform reposting what you do in some other capacity, or whether it's reading about
the occasional,
or it's reading your clips in the moderation fucking channels about whether you've done something wrong or. But with that said, hey, Aaron, listen, everything else aside, like your journey on Kick, I think it's pretty incredible, right? You came, I remember actually when Kick first launched, there was a clip, you were playing Fortnite, I think, on Twitch or something. You're like, oh, that Kick thing is never going to work. And then you came to Kick like a week later, and then you became like one of Kick's like biggest supporters. I remember with like the first month, you got your 95.5 sub split payout. You know, you posted on Twitter, you kind of put it all out there, and you started saying, hey, hold on, wake up, guys, this is a pretty cool opportunity. And you know, you quickly got fully behind the brand, and quickly became like honestly our number one supporter in the very early days. You know, you were around way before like any of the big guys moved to the platform. You kind of made that switch. Like I think you were at the point that the largest streamer to ever actually fully switch their content over to Kick. And you know, that meant a lot to us, right? It means an absolute ton, like taking that massive jump so early on in the creation of something like Kick. It was you know, it was huge. I remember, you know, having you on the platform to begin with was nuts. And obviously it's been a journey, right? Like what's that been like for you in terms of not just watching the platform change, but you as a creator change? Because I think you've kind of gone on this journey almost. Like I think of it like you know, your content's gone like this and this. It's like a roller coaster, you know, like you've been everywhere from like, you know, it's almost like founding this like monkey saga to doing some of the craziest stuff IRL, to kind of going back and chilling on desktop again, to like, you know, trying to, you know, mix it up and become a bit more friendly in terms of you know, content. And anyway, what I'll leave it to you. But that journey, it's been kind of crazy to watch. Like, how would you explain it?
Well, basically, when I was like, before I came over to Kick, I was basically stuck on Fortnite, and I was losing my fucking mind to the point of insanity. And like I had just gotten like banned from like giving like an error. Like I did this like sex scene like with this dummy doll. I can get it. Like it was like this it was like this like dummy doll. Like it wasn't like super graphic, but I did like the hand gesture with it, and I got like a weak ban.
Was that combat doll that you would tackle all the time?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, I have it. I mean, I can get. You want me to get it?
You can get it.
Do it.
I'll get it.
This is where it all started. The combat doll. All right.
No, the combat doll was. I mean, I remember when I first saw it. I was like,
I think one of the cleaning people put the snake jersey on. Basically, it was one of these.
You put the snake. The old Watford jersey.
And yeah. So yeah, I was like a week ban for one of that. And I just remember, like, honestly, I had played so much Fortnite. I had streamed Fortnite for like over like 10,000 hours. And I'm pretty sure I was reaching like psychosis states with the game. And then I went over to Kick, and then like I just remember like I was talking to like one of my boys in the Discord, Bames, and he was like, dude, just go over there and try it one time. Like just try monkey up for clips or something. And then I went over there, and it was like the most fun I had ever. And like I just remember just like I just remember like inherently just like loving it. Like I just fell in love with doing it. So it was just so funny. And I just remember just like the art of like trolling people and just like flying around the room and like hurting my like just like not hurting myself, but like just like seeing people's reactions from like when I would say something stupid or like wearing stupid outfits and just saying stupid shit. And like I just finally just like was able to convert my shit off like from not just like Fortnite, from just being able to do other things, and then like slowly evolving from that into like other forms of content. But this is just like where it just I don't know if it was like bad choices, but I don't regret really much of what I did. I just felt like I did what I had to do because like I didn't really know what I was doing. I just felt like these were the choices that felt like they were the right ones, because like I just finally felt like I just saw my numbers going up finally after just years of just running my head into the wall, like literally running my head into walls for years. I finally just saw like what I felt was working. But like I wasn't understanding like what kind of audience that I was like, you know, still to this day that I have, and like what I was building by, you know, doing some of these things. Like and saying some of the things that like I said, like even though I know like, you know, I'll be 35 next month. You know, I come from a different era where like I could just like where you just say things and like it was just taken like as more of a joke, and like it sounds like kind of cliche, but like it was just more like you could just say it and it was just more left on the internet and like it was more like understood. I didn't really understand that because like I had this period like when I was like kind of had like this addiction thing. So like I came back and didn't really understand like that's not how it is anymore. And like it took me a while to kind of like not do that. So like when I started like doing content, like that still was kind of like woven into like my life. Like I don't really understand like there's certain social cues I wasn't really getting. So I would just kind of put myself in like stupid situations that that I thought were funny for content, but it was just kind of making me look really stupid in the process, even though maybe they were funny. But like basically the point that I'm trying to make is that like my journey is like I've been very blessed to have been allowed to be on Kick from Twitch. I felt like when I was stuck on Twitch, it was a trap. They favor a certain kind of person for a certain kind of content. Kick allowed me to come over here and pursue a certain kind of content, and it allowed me to develop myself in like not just like on stream but off stream. Like it sounds, I don't want to say gay, but like it sounds like corny, but like in a sense of like I discovered myself as a man. Like no, like dude, like I did. Like it raised me, like it made me like who I am, dude. Like it raised me. It made me, it discovered me who it made me discover like I went through all my ups and downs like in front of thousands of people a day. So like you got like that's why like whenever I did something stupid, like you guys were like my dad. So like I had to answer to like a bunch of dads.
Hey, I honestly, I'm sorry, I should be laughing. I feel that. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
And that's why whenever I fucked up, I'd be like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, and that's why it's like right now, like the last month, like, yes, it's not even that like I'm taking it chiller. It's like my body physically needed this. It's like I'm like literally about to go to Paul's. I'm about to go to the Hunger Games. I'm about to drive 3 hours. I'm about to Uber 3 hours because my license is still gone. But I'm saying I'm about to go there. I'm about to start doing other stuff. But it's like my body was physically so worn out from all the stuff that I did over the last year and a half that I kind of needed a little chill. But like I'm gonna start doing. I'm really getting back into like basically what Kick allowed me to do, and like I'm trying to weave there's so much I could keep like you asked me a very broad, great question that I could keep you guys here for the next 48 days. So it's like I don't really know how to answer it because it was a very broad, great question. So I just want to say like it's been a very amazing opportunity. I can't speak highly enough of everyone that I've encountered, and it's been a very life-changing experience. And I'm very blessed to have met so many great people in the community. And I love you guys like family to me. And you guys are everyone on Stake and Kick are like family members to me. And I love you guys. And I don't know what to say. You guys are like family to me. And I'm sorry.
No, that means a lot, man. I tell you what, I think it's been incredible. Like, you know, from the
I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I didn't want to ramble too much. I'm sorry.
No, not rambling.
I know I was kind of rambling. I couldn't lock it all the way in. I don't want people that didn't like me to not know me. Cause I know my image is kind of hard around the edges, that people don't know me and they've maybe only seen clips of me going on insane rants in certain situations that were maybe clipped out of context or something like that. And that's my bad. And I'm saying I swear, like I'm actually a good person. And I'm really grateful to be here today.
I think to your point before, when when you're doing so many hours of live streaming, and also when you are in certain situations, you certainly can get caught out of context every now and again. I've certainly got myself caught out of context. So I hear you on that one, but at the same time, watching your kind of your journey, here on Kick, right? How you put it, you said like. You kind of discovered yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
You definitely found new mediums of content and have tried almost everything, right? Which is which is
Yeah.
which I guess has been awesome. I guess what some stuff works, right? Some stuff does really well, but there's other areas which I guess you got to quickly realize, hey, look, that's not the route you want to go down, because you know when you're out there trying new stuff, and not everything is you know, it may work for a bit, but hey, look, you quickly figure out what's right and what's wrong, and of course it's you know, it's dangerous in the sense of basically anything's possible. It's about sort of deciphering where you draw those lines and how you keep moving forward. And to be fair, you know, I think you as a creator, like, you know, I think we talk about this a lot on Kick, right? You know, I think the easiest approach to solve any kind of, like, you know, public issue when it comes to live streaming, the easiest approach is just to ban people. Like, if we wanna like solve any kind of like problem on the platform, we should just ban. Everyone's happy, right? Like, you just do that. But we realize like the hardest solution is to go ahead, you know, speak with people and say, hey, look, that is not acceptable, or that didn't work out. Like, can you change that content? Like, working with streamers to try to like say, hey, look, this is where, you know, right and wrong is, and like, how do we kind of work with you to make sure that we're kind of fitting within those boundaries. And I think, you know, to your point before about like how you know, you've been through some of those situations, I think it's been a success to an extent. Like, you know, we've definitely pivoted, you know, your content, at least in when things got a little bit out of control, you quickly changed that up and you know, did things for the best, right? And I think it's been a success story in the sense that, hey, look, just like blanket banning people the moment they step out of line immediately is sometimes not the solution. It's certainly required sometimes, but a lot of the time it's just about having a genuine conversation and saying, hey, look, you know, this is not within the terms. It's not within what we want to sort of offer as a platform. So, you know, to that point as well, I think, you know, it's been great kind of working alongside you in kind of, you know, making sure that like we all work together as a platform that wants to hopefully inhibit the right values that we're aiming for.
Yes. And yeah, exactly. And I'm always here to like continue to like grow as a person, and like I'm always like trying to like be here to like see what I can do to like stay ahead of like, you know, create new content as a person. Like, you know, I'm 35, so like I'm gonna always, you know, stay on my toes, and like this has been a wild ride, and I'm always, you know, I'm excited to see what the future holds and stuff like that. And this has been an honor just to kind of just be here this whole time, and I'll always be here, stuff like that. And I'm very appreciative of this.
You know, man, for me, real quick, man, like guys like you and people in this genre and people who are doing this kind of content at a high level, you guys really remind me of like stand-up comedians, man, who are working material, who are working bits, who are working angles, who are you know, who are working their craft. You guys are seriously like modern day, like, I mean, this is going to sound hyperbolic, but the stuff that you come up with on the fly with improv, or the stuff that you script out, or the stuff that you do, I mean, it's like Sam Kinison stuff, man. It's like Eddie Murphy stuff. It's like, you know, you're just working through material. And dude, I remember when you would do your Joker bit and you kept refining it and refining it and refining it, and you just started nailing it, man. And like, there's a craft element. Live streaming is so unique in that there's a craft element to it, but there's a high wire act to it where you're IRL and it gets clip farmed, and it just becomes viral instantly. So it's just such a different medium that you guys are working through. But the art form is certainly there, and I think that it gets caught up in some of the people who clutch their pearl necklace. And then at the same time, you guys working it so far over the line that that you realize that you crossed it. So it just becomes a perfect storm, but it's still wild to watch, man.
I appreciate that, dude. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you.
Hey, just changing a gear here for a second, Aaron. You mentioned the Hunger Games. There's a bit of discussion around this one. What's your thoughts on it so far?
I think it's super cool. I think it looks fucking cool as shit. I wish a couple of my boys would have stayed in a little while longer, but that's all good. I wish that's all good though. It looks fun as shit. I'm excited to compete today. I'm excited to shoot the closest thing that I'll be able to ever shoot to a gun.
What are you coming in as like a hunter?
A hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many people are left right now?
What's it called? I don't know. That's what I meant by that. I meant like, I don't know how many people are left. I meant like, I wish there was like a more entirety of people left so I could have shot more people. Yeah.
Saying 29 people, 27, 28. Is there anyone in you have in mind that you're going to be aiming for, or?
I don't know. I'll have to see when I get there. I don't want to say anyone because then it's going to be like, oh, you were targeting that person. So I want to stay neutral because I feel like that's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep it fair.
Yeah, I think that event is, we were talking about it before, just like a great example of some of the stuff that's possible with live streaming, because it definitely hasn't been done before in live streaming, but like this level of production with like 7 days with like the amount of tech involved. Like obviously I think some people have pointed out, hey look, it could be better here, it could be better there, but the bottom line being that it's like, it's pretty incredible in terms of like what live streaming has to offer, and this idea kind of recut into like a different variation, because I know you've got some ideas of events you want to run, right?
Yeah. I mean, I DM'd you, and I don't want to even say it because I think someone will take it, but I'm saying like, I can't wait to like, I got a couple of cool ones. I don't even think Twitch would even allow the concept of it, but I'm saying like, or this one, I feel like they would have said it's too violent or whatever. Yeah, 100% Twitch would never have allowed any of this. So like this alone right there, like, there's so many. If like you like, the human brain is like powerful as like they can like you can do a lot with it. I'm saying like, I'm saying like, I got a bunch of ideas. Like, do you want me to like give ideas out? I'm saying like, I don't know what you want me to say.
I reckon. Leave it for when you want to announce it. But I think this whole idea of allowing other people to have like their point of view and bringing people together and creating these kind of events and stuff, it attracts like communities. It brings people together to live stream and again, it's just about trying stuff that's never been done before, right? And I think some of your ideas of what you want to put on, like from what I've heard at least, definitely pushes that into that realm. I think that it's super exciting, and I'm hoping that I really am hoping that more and more people will get behind these kind of like community oriented events and start hosting and executing on that kind of content, because there's a demand for it. There's a demand for it. Anything that hasn't been done before, is always going to be, going to be incredible, because the reality is live streaming is a lot of the stuff done over and over and over again. It's the same stuff, like you said, you played Fortnite for 10,000 years or 10,000 hours, not years.
It felt like 10,000 years.
After 10,000 hours, like, don't get me wrong, like, Fortnite, live streaming Fortnite's great, and we have a really healthy Fortnite community here on Kick. But, after a while, it does get tough, and I think at some point people need to kind of try new things, and it's scary to try new stuff because sometimes the community doesn't fuck with it, right? Like sometimes they're like, go back and do this, and it's super scary having to give it a shot. So anyone that's out there trying new content and doing stuff that's brand new is always in our eyes going to be like, hold on, we're going to get behind this, we're going to support this in any way we can, because that comes back to a whole ethos of what we think live streaming is about, is that like the best aspects of live streaming have still not yet been catered to. There is still so much more out there. There is still so much more potential that we can leverage, and that we can, with the right support, that creators can end up producing. So, looking forward to seeing what you have to, bring to the table in that regard as well, because some of those ideas that you at least sort of pitched to me, they sounded really cool. I think there's a lot there.
Yeah. And I also feel like events bring the most people onto the platform at once. It gives people like hype and like brings people together, like something to talk about, like in a communal sense of like engagement in terms of like stuff like that as well. You know what I mean? I feel like that's also like why they're really good as well.
Yeah. No, I think you know, again, using the example right now, this Hunger Games, we've been talking about it for like months, right? Or weeks rather. And I think the viewership kind of definitely sort of even tells its own story. I think it peaked at like 60, 70,000 people in that category. I think by the finale, by the end of it, it'll, you know, probably be even more. So it's, yeah, certainly and super interesting category. Yo, Aaron, just to hand over to you, man. Do you have any questions for me, for Andrew, in terms of kick, in terms of what's going on? Anything you're pissed off about? Anything you're happy about? Like, you know, handing it, you know, the floor fully over to you.
Dude, dude. I mean, you know, I mean, maybe there's just a couple slots, maybe a couple features, unban requests. You know what I mean? Like the unban requests. I used to love those on Twitch. We used to make people like say ridiculous shit to get unbanned. That was a huge segment that I used to have. Streaming from the phone was a big one. Rip. Like just like trying to think that like what else? Questions. Like just laying that one out. I mean, I didn't really write. I mean, to me, it's just like maybe more like interaction between like streamers together, something like we would all like hang out, like all of us together, regardless of size. Like we can all like kick it into some like a Discord call sense or something like that.
Well,
Any
I think
questions?
you've definitely done that, right? I think you were somebody. I think when you went through that kind of like IRL streaming stage where you brought on like every like Kick guest possible. Like I think you know, everyone who streamed on Kick, you at some point, you know, was part of that kind of segment. I think it was definitely you're one of the front runners in kind of you know, bringing all types of streamers together. So that was awesome. But I think, yeah, collaboration is always going to be the number one thing for content, because you end up bringing, you know, two communities together for one stream. You've doubled the audience sometimes, right? Or at least, you know, help someone else to grow theirs, you know, dramatically, which can be enough to kind of get that career started. I guess that, you know, again, coming back to what we were just speaking about, it kind of ties in nicely. In terms of those features and stuff, to answer the question, where they're going to get there, the 100%. This is like we're speaking to Ryda, we're speaking to Party Like a Mother about this too, like product parity. You know, our roadmap. You know, that's something we're gonna pull off, and it's all gonna start coming through rapid fire pretty shortly. Once we get across like this you know, big update that's gonna sort of reshape the back end services that we operate on. But you know, we'll get you those segments back. That's for sure. Don't worry. I think unban request is a good one. That hasn't been fully scoped out 100% outside, but definitely something that's requested by a lot of, especially larger streamers. I think who start having like these really long lists of banned and muted users that's kind of hard to maintain. So a more sort of organized way to go about that. But, you know, just touching on the same point that we spoke to Party and Ryder about is like, if we do that, we'd also want to make sure we do it like, you know, maybe a little bit better. I think, you know, the way you mentioned that is like, obviously when it comes to unban requests, like using that as almost like a content segment, like making sure that when we have like that feature, we also make it so we think about, okay, how's this going to actually be used for a streamer? How are they going to make content out of this? Like, is there a way that we can like, you know, lean into it so, you know, streamers are able to obviously use it to make really engaging content around it? You know, just how we're going to think about it, I think will certainly be important. And again, comes back to this idea that, you know, rather than just like saying, oh, we want this because say YouTube has it, or because Twitch has it, or because Facebook Gaming had it, or whatever. It's like, hold on, we're going to do this because we think we can take that idea, but also make it a little bit better as well. That's kind of hopefully what we're aiming for and where we're setting the bar.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like any opportunity, like I always like to look at anything that like you can use like a piece of content, like anywhere, like even in a car you can make a content. Anywhere around you can make a content. That's one thing that I like look at like a streamer, like I'll try to like not like judge them, but like you can kind of see like what like how like their skill as a creator. You don't really need much. Like you are the content. You should be able to make basically anything around you as content if you're trying, or like if the opportunity's there, if you're that good, you know what I'm saying? Like with something like was what I'll look, or like is like if you're good at it.
Yeah, I think there's so many people out there that is still yet to get that shot at building an audience in live streaming. I think, yeah, some of the people making the best content probably have like, sometimes below 5 viewers. So, making sure they get the right spotlight and opportunity is, huge for us as a platform, making sure they get those eyes, and huge for them too. I think that there's a lot that can be achieved there.
Absolutely.
Hey, Aaron, is there anything else from your side, man, that you wanted to touch on, or otherwise you're gonna head on over to hunt some people down?
I'll let you guys go for now. I was just keeping this one a little short intro. I'm just gonna head over. It's like a 3.5 hour drive, so I'm just gonna get over there right now. But I really want to say thank you for having me on, and if I'm on again next time, we can talk more in depth about other stuff. I just want to keep this one a little more intro based. But thank you guys for having me. I love y'all, and Kick and Steak. I've really changed my life, and God bless you guys, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Everyone in the chat, I love you guys. Make sure to tune in to Hunger Games later today, Ice Poseidon's channel, and everyone else in the directory. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye, Eddie. Bye, Andrew. Bye, everyone. I love you guys. Have a great day. I love you guys. Bye,
See you,
everyone.
Aaron. Thanks
Love
for coming
y'all.
on, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for everything. It's a different type of guest we had there. A big shout out to Action Man. Yeah, Action Man has been on Kick now for like I said, it was one of the first people with say over 1,000 viewers to kind of make that switch over, and it's his journey has been been pretty crazy, and I think hearing him speak from the heart there was really cool.
Yeah, man. He got slept on other platforms, man. It's just Kick is doing it so different for the market, Eddie. I can't even tell you, man. You heard him say it. He's 35 years old, right? And you're on other platforms that make you act like a 14-year-old, right? With their TOS, right? And what you were sitting there saying, about ban, and you know what? I've been guilty of it. I mean, how many times have I come in and just been like, I think we just need to issue these bans just to cool things off, right? But at the same time, man, it dialogue with grown folks goes a long way too, man. And look, I've seen Action Man evolve his content. I've seen Ice Poseidon evolve his content. I mean, hell, Aiden was a totally different streamer with his last major stream that he did. You could just see the growth, right? And that just doesn't come when you just ban, or when you don't have a TOS that allows people to act their age for their audience. So, I was excited to have him on because, he's been here kind of since Jump Street, kind of just carrying the torch for us,
Yeah, no, I like that idea. Yeah, I guess sometimes if a certain term of service or guidelines, they can certainly push you into a corner of what you have to be. It almost controls you as a person as you stream, right? And I think being able to allow people to have that flexibility to an extent, certainly to an extent, to act like adults is important. I think that's a really great way of putting it. And I think Action Man is a great example of somebody who has been receptive to feedback. I don't think ever turned around and said, no, I'm not doing that. We've been like, hey man, you need to get this fixed up, or hey, look, we can't have this, and or whatever's transpired, has always worked with the platform, not against it. I think in a lot of cases, the easiest thing would have been to just be like, oh, press the big button, ban for 7 days, buy, then come back and sort it. But, the hard route was having that conversation and getting it sorted out and hopefully getting things back on track. So, again, it comes back to some of the core principles that we have as a platform in terms of how we go about, very important concepts like moderation. I think that there's room to do it better. There's always room to do it better. That's kind of the key, that's the key to everything we do here when it comes to live streaming is everything's been done. not everything's been done, and everything that has been done, that there's always room to do it even better. So that's what we're gonna continue to sort of focus on as a company, as a live streaming platform, as kick.com. Anyway, I think we'll go ahead and maybe answer a few questions from the chat before winding it up. I reckon if there's anything good that's come through in the chat.
I don't know, man. Actions chat is wild, man. Let's see. Here's one. Mama beat chaos. Can we talk about the chat botters that come into stream and completely freeze the stream to dashboard? What is Kick going to do to fix that issue? We can't turn on advanced bot protection when the dashboard is frozen. That's the first time that I've heard that a dashboard gets frozen due to botters.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rough. Yeah, we if you've got examples of that, would be really, really helpful. Yeah, if that definitely happens to you, obviously we've got the 24/7 live support. Obviously if it crashed to your dashboard, you're going to be in a bit of trouble for a bit. But if you could report that to us so we could just look into those situations a bit deeper, that'd be great. Like, I don't think it needs to be reported so much on like social media, but you just come direct to our support team and just say, hey, look, this happened to me. Crashed my dashboard. Like, can you guys look into it? We'll be able to look into it. I think at that point, like, yeah, that certainly would be extremely frustrating. But moderation tools is something we're working on. Obviously, the AI moderation just came out. We've got another really cool iteration of moderation tools, which is going to be coming out shortly, which is going to help to allow you to set like a timer for how old a Kick account must be before they can use your chat. Obviously, you can set like follower only mode to like 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, all that kind of stuff. But making it also say, okay, I want follower only mode at 10 minutes, but I also want people with Kick accounts that are at least 10 days old. Stuff like this is going to help to hopefully, fight back against some of those spam bots and unwanted chatters in the chat. So, alongside AI moderation, of course, which could probably help too in that sense, with that. So, we're going to keep focusing on that. Obviously, big aspect of Kick that we've recently discovered is, hey, look, moderating streamers is like super important, but moderating chats and moderating negative activity in chat rooms is like equally as important, because that is the community that makes up those live streams. That is the community that actually supports the live streams. And if we're sleeping on what we can do to help enhance that experience layer for people to moderate and cultivate an incredible community, it's gonna end up making it incredibly difficult for streamers. So yeah, to answer that question, we'll keep working on it, but make sure you escalate to us when that happens so we can action it. Mod tools need to be accessible via mobile browsers. None of the tools work I have on PC, makes modding very... Yeah, if you try next.kick.com, I think you should be able to use the moderation tools on mobile, but the app, yes, certainly is lacking a few of those ones. The new app will definitely address that. So hear you loud and clear on that. Making sure moderators have because obviously a lot of moderators, they're moderating from their mobiles, they're moderating from, when they may be out and about as well even. So giving people accessibility to be able to complete the same sort of tasks that they may or may not be doing on their desktop as well is incredibly important. So yeah, loud and clear on that one. Product parity, and also above and beyond in making sure that we address those issues or those features. We're on it. Fix Ebbs's KCIP. He's getting $1 per hour. Hey, listen, when it comes to the KCIP is based around, a whole range of factors, and it is a learning curve for us. And I've said this on many streams that I've done, like KCIP is this like big learning curve for us to understand how to best reward streamers for the right reasons. I'll be the first person to admit that KCIP brought out like the worst in some streamers. Like some streamers suddenly went from making like super good content to suddenly just like sitting there doing sweet fuck all. And then, it also led to people doing stuff like view botting and all that kind of stuff. Like it got a bit messy. Like we've been through the ringer in terms of realizing like the moment you add monetary incentive to to creating content. Like people suddenly start doing like the wrong thing. So obviously we've had to kind of combat that and change like some of the formulas in the back end in terms of how things are calculated. The bottom line is if you're somebody who's out there, not trying to cheat the system, you're continuously making high quality content to an engaged audience, then your KCIP should be going up. It should be increasing. But if you're doing the opposite, then it's likely decreasing. So, if you hear someone who's getting like sweet fuck all on their KCIP and they're complaining about, I think Ryda mentioned this, right? Ryda was like, hell yeah, KCIP is awesome, because Ryda's also a great example of someone who doesn't, view bot. He doesn't, just sit there and grind content out without actually trying to make it. He adds positivity to the platform, and subsequently he's been getting rewarded more and more and more for that. There's other people, on the other hand, who've done the complete opposite, and they've tried just making a whole dog's breakfast out of the system and trying to game it, and obviously it goes down. So, when you hear someone who's not having the best time on KCIP, just take a step back and look at the overall picture and go, hold on, why do you think that's happening? And usually there's a good answer to it. It's a good answer to it. So anyway, with specific situations, we're always reviewing it. We're reviewing everything. We're always looking into. There's only like 1,500 people on the KCIP at the moment. So we have a team dedicated to monitoring those 1,500 people and their content and what they're doing. And our goal is to give them more money. Like our goal is like, how do we give like as many people as much money as possible? But sometimes it's hard to do that when people kind of almost go self-sabotaging and do the wrong thing. So we'll take a look at everything. I'm sure if people are doing the right thing, it's going to trend in the right direction. Put it that way. Hey, thanks for the gifted subs, by the way, guys. I do appreciate that. I tell you what, if you are gifting me subs, like I really do appreciate it. But make sure you give some of those subs out to some of the other incredible people on this platform. Like, yeah, it definitely would help make that day, and I would appreciate it heaps as well. But thanks, guys. Channel points and predicts coming around Christmas, Eddie. I very much hope that they will be out way before that. So what was that, Andrew?
No, I was gonna read one out, but the chat's cooking. Let me see. I'm just looking. A lot of spam going on. So Shop of the Hut, these creators at Hunger Games getting $1 an hour. KCIP is really scuffed. They won't even recoup 25% of their plane ticket costs. You got to be more specific. Who do you think is making $1 an hour? That's wild. No, go back to your whole thing with KCIP. I mean, like, obviously the ones that are the most vocal are the ones who aren't doing the things that Ryda was talking about. But I can tell you, man, like KCIP is doing a lot of good out there, big time.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time you hear about the stuff when there's issues. You don't hear a lot of the positivity because there's only so much positivity. I think when KCIP first launched, everyone's like, hell yeah, this is awesome. But, after like the 12th, 13th month of doing it, people are like, okay, they don't bring it up as often unless there's an issue. So sometimes it ends up in a bad light. Like there's literally 1,500 creators like who are loving it and reckon it's, game changer, no different to kind of what Ryda was talking about. But then there's some, of course, that maybe feel otherwise. But I think we'll work on getting that sorted out. We'll always...
Holy cow, man! We went from 183 creators to 1,500, man. That's unbelievable.
On KCIP, yeah, I think a lot of that led by the like Spanish, Turkish, Arabic speaking audiences. Like they've been huge for Kick.
So I think someone said Stirred, you make more with ad revenue on Twitch than with KCIP. Yeah, we always got to try to find that balance, right? And always try to stay competitive within the market. But I think, one argument that I always hear from, other platforms why they watch commercials is they're like, hey, I will watch commercials to support my streamer, right? But what people don't understand is that when you simply come over and watch someone who's on KCIP, it's that same thing. Like the more you watch them, the more you engage with their channel, the more that you help with their metrics. And you are doing this without the commercials, right? So it's just going to take time to people to continue to figure that out and use that as a benefit in letting their community know to come over and check them out. But I hear that all the time. Like I will sit through the commercials because I know that you'll benefit from them. But it's kind of like, well, you can do the same thing on Kick without the commercials.
Yeah, I don't know. I think to answer that question as well, we've got deep understanding of where the competition lies, and I must say I think that statement's wrong. I'll flat out deny that that's the truth. It's not true at all. It doesn't even come close. But of course, maybe some people have had different experiences. Not every account's the same, but certainly on an average, we're pretty much across what people's real numbers are in terms of what they're earning elsewhere. But I think Kick's pretty competitive. Kick is very competitive on all fronts. That's what we do. Personally, I think ads will be good for Kick. They will create incentive to sub, which is seriously lacking right now. I'm so against that statement. I've heard that a few times. I'm like, that's fucking messed up. Like the fact that like people are like, I want ads because then it incentivizes people to subscribe is like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Ads will come to Kick eventually. Like they are coming. Like, yeah, certainly, make the most of the time whilst we don't have ads. But like the idea that like people will go and subscribe to you so they don't have to watch like these ads, I don't think that makes sense. Like for one, like people who don't want to watch ads will just purchase like the no ads thing, right? Like that's what people will do. There's like an option to buy like no ads or whatever it's called. Like people will purchase that. Like people aren't gonna go ahead and just subscribe for it. I think people subscribe far more on Kick because they know 95% of the revenue that they end up giving to the creator goes to the creator and not the platform, which I think is like game changer. Me personally, like I like gifting large, like decent amounts of subs to people. And if I knew like even like a small percentage of that was like not going to the creator, I wouldn't do it. I never partook in gifting subs on any other platform or donating to other platforms because I knew for a fact it wasn't even, mainly going to the right person. So, from my experience, and I'm sure other people follow the same thing, I think that the gifting community and the donation community here on Kick is better than elsewhere just for that simple fact. But, maybe it will increase with ads. But at the same time, I kind of don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think at the same time, I think it depends on streamers, right? I think some streamers are really good at obviously engaging in the subbing community. Like if you, it depends on whether you push it or not, right? I think some people push to get subs, and people who do push to get subs and create their content based around a subscription sort of incentive and content based around people subscribing do incredibly well. Like there are some people out there like really, really mopping it up in terms of subscription. But then there's some people who they're doing really well because they're on KCIP or because they've got some other deal and they stop pushing subscriptions, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. But that, a big part about getting a large amount of subscriptions is you have to actually push for it. You have to set sub goals. You have to, make it engaging. You have to give people a reason to want to subscribe. You have to be the one to create the reason to subscribe to, your channel. Like you can't say that the platform needs to force people to watch ads so then you subscribe, right? Like that's how this whole system works. And that's how the people who get the most subscription revenue, sort of almost position and curate their content. They do it based around, engaging with people who want to donate. So, anyway, to answer that question, I couldn't disagree more.
That takes work, Eddie, man.
Exactly.
That takes showmanship, Eddie. Come on, that's too much to expect from people, man. But that's the thing that's what it takes to evolve the live streaming space, man. Everything that you're saying, it's like it just, the harder you work, the better your content is, the more engaged your community is, you get rewarded big time on this platform. And and that's what happens, right? And so it does take self-reflection to say, holy shit, how am I not figuring out the cheat codes in this KCIP thing, right? How am I not figuring out like the people who are doing exactly what you said, or what Ryda said, or what Lucci has said, or what BB Jess has said, or what Miss Savage has said? Like, they reap those rewards, but it takes work.
Yeah, no, especially to in order to have people gifting or donating money directly to a stream, like you certainly need to be pretty engaging. It's hard. It's hard work. It's certainly hard work. It's another level, right? To get viewers is one thing. To get people actually to kind of like hook in their credit card and send over subs, it's difficult. It really is. It really is, and that's what makes live streaming, such one of the most difficult social medias or mediums of entertainment to be good at. But yeah, on the back of that though, it takes work. It's as simple as that, just like anything. It takes a hell of a lot of work, a lot of showmanship, a lot of planning, a lot of curation of your content. And I think the only way to solve that is of course, on that creator level. But each of their own though. I think some people, on the flip side, I think a lot of people who have, like, for example, moved to KCIP have stopped pushing sub goals and stuff and moved completely to, hold on, I'm just going to make my money on KCIP. That's cool. I'm going to make my content completely based around the fact that I've got like a solid revenue stream and I don't need to focus on people sending me money or requesting subs and all that kind of stuff. And again, that's awesome. That's great for them. But of course, I don't think that lowers the incentive by any means for people to actually go ahead and subscribe either. So it depends on what direction people want to take their content in. Me personally, I think, people should maximize every single avenue. If you're a streamer, then you certainly want to not sleep on any opportunity to have a revenue stream. It's just like any business, right? If there's a revenue stream out there, make the most of it. Whether that's subs, whether that's KCIP, whether that's sponsorship, whether that's ad revenue, whether that's anything, you want to be able to make sure you're hooked into it and working through it and maximizing every single opportunity. I think there was a question that came through in terms of being able to direct sub whilst you have a gifted sub. That's a really good one. I think, that's been requested a lot. I think we certainly need to get that one lined up. So then, and I think it'd also be great if you could almost, I think it'd be cool if you could almost like potentially stack gifted subs. Again, I'm not 100% sure if we want to do this one, but right now, if you have a gifted sub, you can't get another one. So if there was a way where you could almost like start stacking them up a little bit so you could start working on that sub streak. Again, it would come with a bit of a point of contention there, because some people, might not be incentivized to sub at all, because they could end up just having like 50 gifted subs lined up. But at the same time, it does help with those sub streaks and sub badges, which is really cool, and still wouldn't stop people from gifting subs. But that's something that we've kind of toyed up about. But certainly allowing people to direct sub whilst having a gifted sub is super important. And basically what would happen is the moment that gifted sub runs out, it just boom, renews. Would be really cool. When will sub button be available on mobile for every verified streamer? Yeah, that's a good point. I think we're slowly rolling that out. I think there's like an extra 50 or 100 people per week that get given the sub button on mobile. It's just like how the App Store works. Like every sub button is considered a different product. So you can only roll out like a certain number of products per week at the moment based on the app. There's a small technicality around it, but we are rolling it out more and more and more. I think there was a massive backlog before. That backlog's now shrunk a ton. But there's still a ways to go. Cool. Is there anything else you noticed, Andrew, that come through?
Man, it's just I see a lot of stuff about it's stuff that we've already kind of touched on, right? Like the TV app, the API guys. Like, if you guys are curious about that stuff, we have a roadmap that's on kickcommunity.com. Under I think announcements, we have a roadmap that has everything that our devs are working on and cooking on. Kick TV app, API, all that stuff is over there, and it's on our radar, guys. It's on our radar.
Awesome. 4K streaming coming anytime soon. Yeah, 4K streaming is on that roadmap too. 100%. All
Let's
right.
see.
I think that's potentially.
Yeah, man. We had a banger stream, man. It was a good stream.
Yeah, it's awesome guest. Having Ryder on finally was incredible. Party came with some hard questions. She came here with wanting answers, and I'm hoping she left with them. Party's been incredible for Kick. She's an amazing creator. If she's live, make sure you guys go show her. Actually, maybe we'll host her if she's live. Obviously, Action Man, mixing it up a bit. I think get in the spirit of trying to make Kick Talk not just we want to try to make this as diverse as possible in terms of again really large creators, really more up and coming ones, viewers, all the different types of people from different areas of the industry even is going to be really exciting, and we're going to keep expanding on that. Maybe next week we'll have the likes of maybe even someone like Trainwrecks would be pretty cool to have on Kick Talk. We'll see. I think we want to try to always bring on some different types of people to really make sure every Kick Talk's a little bit different. We're going to keep working on that. There's going to be some really cool stuff up and coming, But yeah, as always, guys, it's really great that so many people decide to come tune in and hear what we're cooking up here and what we're doing on Kick. I say this every week when I finish up. The simple fact that so many people want to come hear what we're doing here on Kick. Want to hear about the plans. Want to support the people coming on Kick Talk. It is so cool to be able to work on a project where you have so much buy-in and so much support from the broader community. It's honestly a once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to work on this project and have you guys by our side. So, definitely appreciate everyone who's tuning in. But as always, we'll be back next Saturday with another lineup, which we'll post again shortly. Huge shout out to Riders, huge shout out to Party Like a Mother, huge shout out to Action Man for joining us this week. It has been a really, really great segment. And with that being said, I think we'll probably find someone to host. Let's see who's online.